sets. So in yesterday's sessions, we have seen the NCBI database, which is a hub of the other databases, which includes many of the resources. And in that only the PubMed database has been listed. So we are going to explore some basic and advanced sets which been means it has been updated in the PubMed database. So the PubMed database is nothing but it is a biomedical database which contains literatures about the for our reference of our research work. So you can see that in the PubMed database there are nearly more than 30 million citations for the biomedical research literatures for the Medline informations are included. So how you can utilize this particular platform or the particular database, that thing we are going to explore. So PubMed is been updated now. So you can see this is one of the PubMed which has been updated. So you have to search any of your target of your search with respect to any disease or any gene name you can search, or any protein name. Even you can search based on the compound. So based on that, it will based on the keyword, it will extract how many citations are being available in this particular PubMed database. So this PubMed database will extract the keywords based on the search which we have been given, and it will extract how many sets of the literatures have been available, and based on that, it will give the hits with respect to your search. So you can see the search option, it is been given here, and advanced search options has been also provided to you based on your search of your interest. Here you can see advanced search will give you the filter based on the abstracts of 5 years. So if you doesn't want the literature based on the last 5 years, you can just clear it out, and you can take overall all the data sets which has been included in this particular database, which has been stored based on our keywords. That how we can do, I will just show you while demonstrating the keywords. Here the fields they have been given to us, all the fields means what type of data type they have been included, that things has been mentioned over here. Here you can see we have to take all fields because we have to take the data and we have to extract how many number of the hits has been given. So you are interested in the author or the author first name or identifier or the books you want, that can be extracted from here. And the date created means when the date has been modified, what is the publication date. So this number of filters has been included. So here you can see ISBN ID is also given over here as identifier, and more filters are also being given to you. Mesh term, pharmacological actions you are interested only the secondary source of the ID, or the only title or the abstracts. What are the volumes they have been given? So this number of filters they have been provided to you, and the journal issue likewise. So you have to give any search keyword from here, and you have to you are interested in more number of keywords, you are restricted towards your search of your interest. So you want only for example, you are interested only in breast cancer disease, and you are interested only breast cancer keywords related gene or the particular drug with respect to breast cancer. So that type of filters you can apply, like add add and with or add or not, like this. So you have the restricted search are also available based on you doesn't want a bulk of your data, you want only restricted form of data. So likewise you can apply certain filters over here. And this is only included to add to history. So whenever you again log in with this particular PubMed database, so your whatever the data you have been searched, the history will be saved over here. So that type of particular option has been provided to you. So you can just go through and we can search directly from here. So apart from searching, you can see here that what we can learn means they have provided some user guides or the tutorials for using this particular database, and what type of findings we can do over here. So they have provided, what we have seen is that they have provided certain advanced search or the clinical queries they have been given, or single citations matchers. So likewise, they have given some means the search options based on our keywords which we can provide. Even they have given an option for the downloads, so you can download this particular PubMed in the API based or the FTP based, or the based on the citation matcher. So how, what you are actually going to see in this PubMed is that you can going to explore the mesh database, the number of the certain different journals, based on the journals how many the publications has been listed, and some PubMed available from the list. So you can see this PubMed is an updated resource. So the last updated has been means when it is done, that has been mentioned over here. So until this type of data you can get. So the PubMed is updated. So you can see the trending at articles. So based on this particular PubMed, it will also give you some interesting articles. It will list it over here. So if you are interested and you can get some matching results, or the means the research with respect to your research, so you can get from here. They have listed some records with respect to the trending articles, and the literatures they have been given certain journal names. So you are interested any nature journal or the science journal, so you can go and visit and see what type of literature or the research publications they have been included. So that likewise, the particular PubMed will contain. So yes, it has been linked with the NCBI, that is the National Center for Biotechnology Information. And here you can see the PubMed is what it has been linked with that other databases. So whenever you will search, you will get the data sets with links of the PubMed Central, BioShelf, PubChem, Gene Bank, BLAST, Nucleotide Protein, and GEO database. And the other resources which has been included is that from respect to our search, and you can even submit your literature. Means whenever you will publish your literature, this particular your publications will be listed in this particular PubMed. So you can search your own publications from here. You can download what we have seen, that the download options they have been provided, and what you can learn any develop analysis and for our research work. So I will going to just search from here, and I'm going to show you how we can use this particular database. I will going to search any cancer. I will just search a breast cancer. So here you can see by searching the breast cancer, it will give you certain keywords based on the data which has been stored. So only breast cancer you are interested, or you are interested in the subtype of breast cancer, that is a triple negative breast cancer risk, breast cancer risk treatment, and breast cancer screening. So, if you are more particular with your research, with your domain work, that you are only interested in the subtype of particular cancer type, then you can search based on the subtypes of that particular cancer. Or you want overall data of the breast cancer, so you can just click on the breast cancer and go towards the search option. So after the search is being done, you can see over here that for breast cancer I have got this number of results from here. So, and it has been searched based on the last 5 year of literature data. So from 2015 to 2021, till 2021 they have been given, means how many data will be added, then that type of data will be shown to you till 2021. So if you doesn't need only last 5 year data, you need more than that. So you can apply the filter by clicking this button like this. So you want more number of data, so here you can see the results has been updated. So this type of results you will get. So here is the option where you can apply the filter, and you can check what type of data you want, last 5 year or last 10 year of literature data. So likewise you can apply the smooth filters from here. And here you can see the data which is being given to you. It is showing you the abstract, or you want free full text, because some of the journals will show you, they will not provide you overall all the publication or the research work. They will provide you only the abstract or the keywords or the titles for that. So that type of options they have been provided. So you can take on the free full text. You need full text only likewise. And you can see the associated data is been available. So that type of filters you can apply from here. And other filters they have, they have given is that it is being it will be very important for our research work, that if you are extracting any clinical trials data or meta-analysis data based on the uh, keywords or the research means the disease what you want. So you want breast cancer and meta-analysis data. So you can click and the data will be again, it will get refreshed, and that type of data and the results it will give you. So likewise filters you can apply from here. And you are interested also in the review papers or the systematic review papers, that type of options have been also provided to you. And here you can see the publication state, again they have given you in the customized range. So if you want 5 years, 10 years, or the 1 year, or you can apply from here, or you doesn't need any of this, you can again set as a receipts all filter. So that's the filters options they have been provided to you. And after that you can see here is the three tabs which they have been given as a save, email, or send to. So here in save options you can see that they have given you all the results on this page only. So on this page how many filters they have been given, likewise 20. So this 20 number of data will be get saved, or you doesn't need only 20, you need overall all the data which is being given based on your search. So that all results options they have been given, and the section option have been given to you. So you can save in the form of summary text format, or PubMed which has been listed as a PubMed data, or you need only the PMID. Why we need PMID is that whenever in future you are designing any database or tool with respect to extracting some literature data with respect to your research oriented work, or designing any toolkit for that. So that time whenever you're designing any toolkit, you can extract the data based on the PMID. That's why the only PMID options they have been provided. um, Abstract text options they have been provided, and the CSV format. So you can directly download all the results which is being listed over here in the form of CSV format. In CSV format, you will get the PMID, you will get the publication title, you will get certain DOI IDs, and the abstract informations likewise. So likewise, the CSV format will contain. So you have to click on the create file, and the file will be created, and it will be saved. It won't download, it only saved. So here you can see in emails, so you can directly email those data to your email ID from here. So the data will automatically go and email to you. You can, it doesn't need to download from here, it will directly attach to your mail. So certain options they have been provided to you like this, and you have to click on the save, send to email. And this option you can see send to is that this particular send to options it will provided to you, and it will get downloaded from here in the clipboard or my bibliography and collections or the citation manager. So likewise the data you can download from here in the form of PubMed or the summary or the CSV format. So that type of downloadable options which I have been shown to you. And now I am going to open one of the publications from here, so that we can see what data actually it is providing to us. So you can see the title which is being given to you, and here you can see it's a review paper. So it is not a research paper, it is a review paper. So that particular hint they will provide to you, and they will provide the journal name and which year it is been published, and the journal chapter and the name of particular journal they will provide to you, and this will be the author name and the PMID they will provide, and here is the abstract of that particular uh, publications, and here you can see the publications full text. You can click and you can visit citations. So this number of options they will provide, and you can visit some similar articles they will provide to you, and cited by. So how many the citations with respect to these publications. So this what type of publication it is? It's a review, and certain mesh terms they have been given, that is biomarker, tumor, or breast cancer, nucleoplasm, diagnosis. These are the number of certain keywords which has been relating towards that. Substances they have been given in the form of biomarker or the tumor, and related information, it has been linked with the medchain. So this data with respect to this publication you can get from the medchain database, and different other resources has been also linked. So that's the overall use of this PubMed database. So any of the keywords you can provide from here, and you will get the data with respect to your search of your interest, and user guide is also being provided to you. You can click on the user guide and you can see how you can download more number of data, and how you can search with respect to your target of your interest. So that's the flow of the PubMed database. So that's the use of the PubMed database for our research work. It has been included in same in the NCBI database. So you can extract from the NCBI database, or else you can directly go towards the PubMed database from the Google search. So I will move towards the next database by not taking much time. So now we have seen the PubMed database. Now I'm going to explore you regarding the UniProt database. But before moving towards the UniProt database, I just want to clear you some point that UniProt and UniProt KB, that is which is linked as a SwissProt database. So UniProt database is which database which contains the high quality of data, which contains freely accessible resource of protein sequences and the functional information of that protein what we have been searched. Whereas Uniprot KB, it is called as a knowledge based database, in which we are getting as a data which has been manually curated or with manually annotated with respect to a non-redundant protein sequence database. So it has been certain database, it has been linked with the other database, and that database will provide you certain informations with respect to the sequences of that particular protein, uh, apart from the protein functions and what are the protein family domain, and it is manually curated. So that's why it is called as a UniProt KB or SwissProt database. So first we are going to see what is the UniProt database. So that's the home page of the UniProt database. So this UniProt database will give you the informations with respect to the search of the protein name. So you have to provide the protein name, and you have to give a search of that particular keyword. After this particular search, it will give certain number of data types with respect to the data which has been stored. So why we need the protein data UniProt database is that we have to search what is the particular protein sequence, and which protein is been linked with the other proteins, and what is the 3D structure of that particular protein, and which disease is been linked. So that type of complex number of data which we are getting from here. So you can see this particular home page will contain certain keywords which we can give from here, and you can see here the options which has been provided. It has been also linked with the UniProt database, which is being linked with the UniProt KB, which is called as a SwissProt. It is manually annotate and revise data. So all the data which has been stored in this particular database, all the data will be updated So whatever the researchers are using for their references, they will get all updated data for their research oriented work. And TREMBL data has been also linked from here. So this two databases has been linked, so that the why it has been linked, because whatever the data is been stored over here, it will get updated, it will get manually annotated, so that we can get more accurate data for our research work. And whereas you can see that some uniref database is been linked over here. Here you can see the proteome. So if you are interested in the proteomic space study of any disease, so you can directly click on this proteome tab, and you can see that the proteome of the particular human, bacteria, and some fruit fly, they have been provided to you. So here you are getting your overall proteome data sets with respect to your disease of your interest. And you can see certain supporting data. Supporting data means they have given you certain external links with respect to your search. So the links which has been given is that whenever you will search any protein name, you will get the literature for that. You will get the taxonomical report of that particular protein, how it has been evolutionary related. You will get some subcellular locations. You will get some certain cross reference databases with respect to your search of any protein name, and in which disease has been included. So all data has been linked with your search. So you can see they will provide you certain news with respect to the particular UniProt database. So you can view the particular proteins which has been updated and which has been more focused nowadays. So this particular proteins nowadays, all of the researchers are working so that they can get druggable targets for that particular protein target. So that's the SARS-CoV-2 proteins and what are the receptors. So after knowing that, we can design any druggable targets for that. So that they have been given to us. They will provide you certain news for that. And next, they will here, it is the most important of using this particular database is that how we can search. That's the getting start options they have been given to you. So you can provide any text search. So what's the text search you can see, and you can visit based on your research or your interested work. And you can see the blast, it will also give you the blast algorithm which has also been linked over here. So it will directly go and link, and it will show you the blast for the sequence alignment. And these are the certain ID which has been mapping, that is UniProt ID or the peptide search. So what how we can do that, I will show you now. And apart from the searching, it will show you how to download the data. Yes, you can download this particular data. So in which data set you can see by clicking this. Some statistical data they have been provided, means they have shown how the data has been they've been stored with respect to their certain different database which has been linked, that is UniProt and TREMBL database. So how to submit your data. So here you can see again they have been provided you the submit data options. So here you can provide and submit your sequence, your publications, or you have some annotation data with respect to your data sets. And some programmatic access they have been given, so you can query the UniProt database and you can download in APIs format, so in your own particular local PC. So that's the use of this. And now we are going to search one particular protein from here. So here you can see different options they have also been provided over here, peptide search like this. And you can directly, if you are a beginner, you don't know how to search in this particular database, you can search any of the keyword from here. So I will search the same protein the gene name from here. So it will give you a particular protein search with respect to that. So here you can see I have searched T53, and based on the T53 search, they have been provided to me the protein name for that. So before going towards what is the protein name and the entries they have been given, here are the two sections they have been provided to you. So here you can see the revised, that is manually annotated data, and unrevised, that is a TREMBL, which is I've been talking about. It is been computationally analyzed. So this two type of records they will provide to you. So whenever you are searching any of the data with respect to your keywords, you should be take the data which has been revised, because whenever there is manually annotated data, you should be take. So that's my experience when I will be using this particular database, because we are getting the manually annotated data, so that which has been curated. So whenever you are searching, you should always see that our data which we are searching is been revised or not. So that type of data you should have to extract from here. And they have been also given you the filters, that is you need only revised or unrevised data. So they have given you the number, that how many revised data they have been stored over here, and what are the unrevised data. So after searching, they will also provide you some information that in which particular organism this particular protein is been listed. So you will get the human, mouse, rat, and some bovine or the zebrafish, other organisms. Why these other organisms they have been provided to us is that because one protein or the one gene will be evolutionary related with other organisms. So the evolutionary relationship with the phylogenetic analysis has been provided to you, or the link has been given in this particular UniProt database. That's why this organisms has been listed over here, to show you that how many number of organisms this particular protein has been included or not. So next they will show you the how what type of search we have been given. So the search term, it has been taken as a T53, and they have given this number of genes and the protein name. They have provided you the strain and the taxonomy. So you can see the you want to view the result as a table format. So this is in the form of table. If you want in the taxonomical format, so you can click and you will get in the taxonomical format. You want only in the keyword what we have you have been given, so you can view in that particular keyword format. Gene ontological format is been also given to you, and that's the overall filters which has been showing over here. So here you can see UniRef, that is the reference sequences with respect to UniProt database has been showing over here. So what the search you have given is that based on the search, it is showing that your results in this sequence cluster with identity of 100%, 90%, or 50%. So what data you need, you can click on that, and the data will again refilter, and that type of results it will show to you. And certain demo videos they have been given. So if you need more data and you have to search more accurate data search with respect to your interest, so you can click on the video and you can visit how many different data types or the videos they have been provided to you for your research oriented work. Here you can see the downloads options has been provided to you. You can download from here, and here the basket option been provided. So whenever you again use this particular database, the in the basket the data is again stored, and whenever you again visit this particular, it will again use this particular and it will save in your history. So that's the use of this particular basket. And you can see the download results. So here from here you can directly download those results. So I will just going to click on one entry. Before clicking, I'm just going to show you what is the data types. So you can get the entry of your search. You will get the entry name. This entry is nothing but the unique identifier ID for the UniProt database. So these are nothing but the identifiers of UniProt database. You will get the entry name, so in which organism it is being listed, that is human, rat, woven, pig, mouse, and so on. So all the data it is showing here. The color is that it has been revised data, and the protein name it will provide to you, and they will provide you the gene name. Okay, and they will provide you which organism and the length of that particular sequence from you. So that's the data you are getting. So you can again refilter how many data you want. So show options is provided. So 100 till 250 you can see visible in this particular page. So how many data has been provided? It is at 31,855. So I will go towards the particular hit, that is the first one. Here is the data which actually what we are getting after the search. So before going towards this particular options, I just want to show you some informations what they have been listed overall in this page is that you will get the entry what you have been given to you. You will get the publications. You will get certain the functions of that. Okay, you will get the functions of the particular protein. After getting the functions, you can see the name and taxonomy. You will get the subcellular locations. You will get the pathological data. You will get the post translation modification expression data, interaction data, structural data, family of that particular protein, domains. You will get the sequence, some similar proteins. You will get certain cross references, and this number of data what you are getting from here. So we are going in the data. So here you can see the protein name and the gene name which has been provided to you, and the organism that is a homo sapiens, and the status they have been given. So what I'm talking about is that is the sorry, they have been given as an annotated score. So what, based on what the data has been revised is that they are providing you certain scores with respect to the data is been revised. So based on the annotation score, it is called as a revised, or it is a uh, manually curated. So that's the level of the. So here you can see how the annotation score has been carried out. It has been carried out based on the experimental validations of that protein. So experimental evidences of the protein level, they have been manually curated. So based on that manually curation, they have called as, they have given certain scores for that. Like we are getting a certain score in the form of B score or the p-value score. Like type of scores they will give in the form of mathematical data sets or any algorithms they are using. So based on that, it is called as a revised, or it is manually curated. After that, they will provide you certain functions of that particular protein, in which disease is being included, and they will provide you certain references on the PubMed database. And here you can see the catalytical activity. Any of the drug information has been related towards this particular drug protein which we have been given. Here you can get the binding site options, that is the active site or the binding site of that particular protein. This will be important for those researchers who are working in the field of the drug designing concepts. So they really need to know what is the binding site of the protein or the active site where the drug goes and binds. So that's why the key features they have been provided as the binding site or the active site, and the region it is called as the nucleotide binding region. So what is the binding region they have provided based on the position of the particular sequence. So you will get the position of that. Here you can see the geo, that is the gene ontology molecular function of that particular search. So this has been linked. So geobiological functions, that is gene ontology biological functions, and certain keywords which has been linked. So in this UniProt, you will get a vast number of databases which has been linked with this particular single database. So you are getting the pathway related information with respect to your protein. You are getting the sequences. You are getting certain different drugs information. You are getting certain biological process, and here you can see again the enzymes and the pathways database has been linked. So these are the enzyme database, Pathway common is the pathway database. Rectum is also one of the pathways database. So this type of database has been linked over here. And name and taxonomy they have been given to you. So how taxonomically it has been related, so in which organism it is been related, so that has been listed over here. And in taxonomical NCBI, so if you are interested to see the taxonomical report of that, you can click, and this link will open you in the NCBI taxonomical database. And this is the proteome database, so here directly you can view in the proteome database and see what the data they have been provided to you. Organism specific database they have been given, that is EU path database, human genome NCI database, MIM database, and NETS XT Pro database. So it is also one of the Uniprot database, you will get the data from that. So subcellular locations they have been also provided to you. They will provide you some pathological and biotic data. They will provide you the other organism specific data. So whenever you visit this particular Uniprot database, you are getting such a huge number of data sets with respect to other database which is been linked. So here you can see the different database which has been linked: Open Target, Farm, GK Knowledge Base, that is the database, one of the database. CHEMBL database, that is related towards the drugs. And PTM process, that is a post translation modification and the processing. And next, the expression of the data. So here you can see the tissue specific. So in this particular search what we have given, this particular gene is been expressed and weakly expressed in the heart, kidney, and spleen. So this particular disease they have been shown to you, and they have been shown that highly expressed in testis. So that publication has been provided to you. Expression of that particular gene, if you want, you can see in Expression Atlas. This is one of the database where you can get the expression, gene expression data. And here organism specific they have been provided. And here you can see the interactions of that particular protein with the other organisms or the other genes they will provide to you. So this particular protein is been how it is being interacted, that they have been shown. That's a molecular, and here you can get the protein-protein interaction, which is really important after knowing that the keyword of the particular protein. Then for next step will be to see what are the other proteins being interacted with this particular search of the protein which we have been given. That's why there is a need of knowing that the protein-protein interactions. So that link has been also provided to you. So this particular protein-protein interaction data you can get string in ACT. This all are the nothing but the protein-protein interaction database, and how many interactions you are getting with respect to your search keyword, that data will also provide to you. And that's the main thing what we are need over here, is that after knowing the sequence, after knowing what is the particular interaction with that particular protein-protein interaction database, we have to also see towards the structure of the data, particular protein. So that for to knowing the structure of the particular protein, they have provided you the 3D structure data. So these are the two, both are the database where you can get the 3D structure of the protein. And this is nothing but the ProSite been linked over here, that is to get the and to know what is the domain of the particular protein. And Motif is also one of the protein database where you are getting the domain and the protein family of the particular protein search what we have given. So here it's against a phylogenomics database. So you can get the phylogenomic analysis based on the tree fam phylogenome database, ortholog database. Likewise, some other database to know the phylogenetic analysis you will get protein family and domain database. So there is a not need to visit any other database and to search based on the keyword, and again going towards from basics to advanced to know what is the protein domain it has been included, what is the evolutionary relationship is there, what is the interactions with that particular protein, what are the number of the 3D structures are available, what is the sequence mutations are there. So there is nothing a need to go in other web database and to see. In only in the Uniprot, that is only in the single platform, you are getting a vast number of data which has been linked with the other database. That's the beautiful use of this particular Uniprot database, that based on the one keyword you are getting a vast number of data which has been linked with the reference to another database. So here you can see the family and the domain database. So interpro is one database where you are getting the protein family information and domain information, smart pro site. So these are all the protein family and the domain database. And here what you are getting is that you are getting the sequences of the particular protein. So they are providing you the here the length of the particular protein, the mass in the form of the data they have been given, and how it has been modified, last modified date, and they have been provided you if you want to directly use this particular sequence and run in the BLAST program, then you can just click on the BLAST and it will open in the BLAST program algorithm. You are interested in the different analysis of peptide mass analysis or the peptide cutter analysis, this is also one of the databases. If you are interested in peptide based analysis for your research work, so you can click and it will directly open and it will in the particular database to get some analysis with respect to this particular sequence. If you are interested, you can directly download in the FASTA format, and you can, if you can also save in the add to basket options. So this add to baskets, it will open you in the home page which I have shown to you the basket option over here. So that's the faster format they will give. They will map with the certain isoforms of the particular sequence. Here you can see what the curated data which has been, they have shown the experimental information they will provide to you. Next, they will provide you certain sequence database which has been linked, that is EMBL, GenBank, DDBJ, reference sequence. And also they will show you the genome annotation data. So they have not restricted towards the sequence search and the protein interactions. They will also provide you the genome annotation with respect to that particular protein sequence. So Ensemble is one of the database where we are getting the genome annotation data. So it has been linked also with the KEC database, that is a pathway database, and some other databases to show the particular sequence. And here you can see the similarity protein. So how much similar protein do you need? You need, they have shown you 2% identity, that is 50% or 90%. So what they have been provided over here is it's 90% identical proteins with respect to our search. So full view is also included. If you want to see, you can see based on your interest. And next, the cross references they have been provided to us, and likewise what we have seen in the sections, in the upper sections. So this is the entry which we have been given. So that's the flow of using this particular database, that is a Uniprot database. So that's a huge number of data has been covering with respect to reference, with respect to the structure, with respect to the sequence. All data we can get from the single platform.